a hawk. Just ran right in front of us. It's 41 degrees now. 7:27 in the morning. And we're headed over to Big Bend Wildlife Sanctuary and see if we can get these little fawns that actually they're young adults, get them freed up and see what else is going on. I know there's been some big changes. We haven't been there in a week. I know I told everybody we'd be there every week, but last week was a tough week and we didn't get there, so there's going to be some big changes when we get there today, and I'm excited. It's got to be real special for me to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I got there and I was cold. It was cold out, and I met John. Terry was going to be a little late, so John was telling me some of the things that they were going to start first thing, and the garden that they're going to plant for the animals was the first thing they wanted to start, and they got some volunteers today, a lot of volunteers actually from Fort Rucker, and they started tilling the soil so that they could start planting this garden to help feed the animals. I think probably they're to feed the animals that they've already released. That's how special these people are. So Terry shows up and she decides that she was going to worm these 4 deer one last time before they got released. And you can see that the deer, they're all marked. They all got their ear marks in. I think the males have them in the right ear and the females have them in the left ear. But Terry and her sister were trying very hard to give this worming medicine, and the deer weren't really having a lot to do with it. They won't like the apples, but they didn't like the worming medicine. But I think she finally got it done, and you could tell she was excited about letting them loose. But you know, when you get animals like these and you cared for them for 8 or 9 months like she and John have, they become like part of the family. So this was a big day for her, it was a big day for me, and a big day for the deer. Little would we know that it wouldn't be as easy as we had expected to let them free. I tell you, these guys, there's 2 guys, 2 does, and 2 bucks, and they're just gorgeous. Terry's been fantastic with them. You can see that they still are wild. They don't really want to trust anybody, and that was a good sign for them to make it in the wild. And Terry was trying to get them wormed, and that's her sister. And you can see that Mel, he kind of wanted to snatch her wallet out of her purse just in case that there isn't anything to eat out in the wild and he needed to go to McDonald's or something. But they're excited. Everybody's excited. Well, I finally came, and it was time to leave the gate open and try to get the deer to come out into the open area out of the enclosure, and that way they could herd them down to the woods and let them go that way. It wasn't too easy getting those boys and girls to come out. They've never been out of their enclosure, so that was always their protection. And they didn't know what lied beyond the fence. So it took a while for them to finally follow the apple trail. And we didn't know just exactly who was going to be the first one to come out. And of course, it was the female, one of the females, and she decided that, hey, there's better apples out there. Maybe it is true that the grass is greener on the other side. But anyway, they waited around and waited around. They weren't in any hurry, that's for sure. And John was calling, and Terry was calling, and it was just a tense moment, let's put it that way. We had a lot of people that were there to watch this release, and everybody was cheering the deer on, and here comes the first female. She kind of walks over to the camera because there's apples laying right in front of the camera, and you can see just how skeptical and how uneasy she was being out of the enclosure.
All right, Mom, is this a little hard?
A little bit. I always worry about them, but they should be fine.
I'm crying. My boys are growing up.
Come on, Ronnie. Here he comes. Here comes our big buck. Come on, buddy.
Here, Ronald. Come on. Hi, Dad. Come on, darling. No. Come here. Sandy.
Wrong way, wrong way.
Sandy wants to go.
Come on, get Ronnie up. Come on.
Or Terry didn't want them to head out towards the road. Yeah, they wanted them to take a right instead of coming out and taking a left. But they come out here and they get these apples. This is a little male. I'm pretty sure that was her brother right there. I think Mel is the last one that comes out.
What are your plans for the future?
With these guys, they're ready.
Huh?
And they won't be far from home. I'm sure that they can come over to the enclosure during the day or night, and there's food laying around where they can get a free meal if they need it, and I'm sure that they'll bring others. That's John closing the gate. I think there's still one more in there, and Terry's trying to herd him out.
Yeah, Crash is doing well now. She still has some head trauma issues that I'm a little bit concerned about, so she's not ready to release. She flies okay, but when we put her in a bigger enclosure than what she is right now, she stops eating. And we don't know if it's overwhelming or if she's just not able to process it all, so we put her in a smaller enclosure and she eats fine. And we've tried it a couple of times, so we're just giving her a little bit more time to make sure that the head trauma is not something that's going to keep her from being able to hunt.
How's her eyes? I mean,
Good.
her eyes.
Yeah, I don't see any problems with her eyes.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, we can go in and
Yeah, can we
check
see
her
her?
out.
Here's Miss Crash. This is Crash. Crash was actually had a run-in with a car. She's a Screech Owl. Terry's working real hard to get her back into shape so that she can be released out into the wild. See, I couldn't do this stuff because I'd never let any of them go. Huh? Why are you standing on one foot? It's a pretty bird.
He is a beautiful bird. He's got attitude, don't you, bud?
It's a hawk.
He's a bit of a biter, too.
Good boy. Oh yeah, I see it's different with his wings are a little.
Let's just turn you this way so I can.
You don't get any closer to a hawk than this, folks. Take my word for it. That beak could go right through your hand.
Yeah, but it's the ones that are in my hand that are more deadly. They are strong.
Okay, and what are we doing now, Terry?
We're just stretching out the ligaments and muscles in this wing because it's been bandaged up for over 4 weeks. And so before we let him fly and stuff, we just do a little bit of stretching in order to stretch out those ligaments so that he doesn't overdo it when he tries to get away or tries to fly on his own. We don't want him to tear anything. And it kind of lets us know just how far of a reach that we're going to have. So we do this several times during the day. About another week we'll put him up on a higher perch so he'll want to fly and start conditioning.
I noticed that hawks, happened to taking a bite of your finger there, hawks use their wings for more than just flight. I know that I just get overwhelmed when I see them pounce on their prey, and they just seem to surround them with the wings so that like they can't get away.
Yeah. Well, we don't know for sure if that's what they're doing actually, but it is for balance. They use the wings for balance for sure. So when they've got prey in their talons, they're going to be a little off balance.
Now that is an excellent photograph right there.
But you can see the distance. This is his good wing. You see his feathers. The other thing that Lucky has is he's missing 10 primary feathers.
Oh.
So until those come in, you can see that it doesn't look like there's that many missing.
Yeah.
But there are. They were mostly primary, not all of them.
Yeah, those are his flight feathers. So that would mean he kind of would fly in a circle, huh?
No, he'd probably crash and burn a little bit.
Crash
too.
and burn,
He just doesn't
yeah.
have the finesse.
Yeah, but they're starting to come back. I see them, some small feathers there.
It's gonna take him a while.
I figured he'd be more violent.
He's getting used to me handling him more now. In the beginning, he hated it. He still doesn't like it. You can tell.
Yeah.
But this will just help keep him from damaging it himself when he does try to fly. And I mean, we don't think there's any reason why he won't be able to fly. It's just going to take him time. And then once he does fly around in here, then we'll put him in the big flight pen to condition the muscles and build those up so that he can hunt. You can see how it shakes just a little bit, because you can tell I'm getting it to
That's
a point.
lucky, huh?
This is lucky.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he is. Lucky somebody saw him. Oh, buddy. But isn't he beautiful?
Oh yeah, he's gorgeous.
And he looks so much better with that bandage off, and he holds the shoulder up higher than what he did. So we're getting there, aren't we?
Good boy.
You can see he's not doing real well. He's been in shock, and he's...
He's just a baby.
No, he's actually an adult.
Is he?
You very seldom will see the babies
Yeah, they're
because
so
they
small.
they stay in the dens unless a dog or a cat, you know, digs them up.
Yeah.
But I give him fluids every once in a while to keep him hydrated, because he came in dehydrated, and he also because of the bacteria and stuff from the cat, the antibiotic he's on is a sulfur drug, and it has a tendency to dehydrate them as well. So we have to keep him hydrated as we go along. And we're hoping he's going to make it. This is day 2 for him. So
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Terry.
thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks for coming.